evening, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for attending. Unfortunately, you're going to have to hear me 2 times tonight because I have 2 athletes to induct. Our other coaches weren't available, so you're stuck with me. I'll do my best to make this short and sweet as possible. But it's truly an honor to be up here introducing 2 of the best runners that we've ever had in our program. Together, they were part of history, helping the team win the first ever NJAC title in cross country and track. It was truly historic. To put that in context, these 2 women were involved, and I'll get highlighting them individually, but I want to kind of get it out of the way to highlight what they did together. For the outdoor NJAC track and field championships for men and women, there's only ever been 2 teams to win that championship. That's Rowan and TC&J, unfortunately. We talked a lot about them last year. I'm not a big fan of them, but they have won every title with the exception of 1 year, and that was 2017 when these women came together to win the only NJAC title in school history for us. But we're here to honor them individually, and that's really where they shine. They were both amazing, and our first honoree is Alicia. She came to Stockton as a field hockey player and a runner. She played 3 seasons of field hockey, 47 games, 32 starts. She had 5 goals, 1 assist, and 11 points during that time. This alone would be a solid athletic career, but where she really left her mark was on the track and eventually the cross-country course. All right, this is where it gets a little personal, and I'm going to let you know I asked her beforehand because after reading this speech to my daughter, she thought I was kind of picking on Alicia, and I had to explain she's okay with what I'm going to say next, all right? So if you've ever heard the proverb, fall down 7 times and stand up 8, Alicia's story put this into practice both literally and figuratively. But this is a story of perseverance, and hers was undeniable. The falling down part will be a theme in her career. The getting back up part is where she leaves her mark on history. It begins freshman year indoors. Okay, I kind of know her. She did field hockey. She comes out. We're at the indoor NJAC championship, and she gets knocked down very early on in the race, like falls to the track on the ground. She gets up, and there's this fire in her eyes. Some would say that's hatred or anger. We'll just call it fire and toughness. And she gets 3rd as a freshman at the indoor NJAC championships to get her first honorable mention for all NJAC. This is when we knew she was special. Outdoor track freshman year, she qualifies for ECACs in the steeplechase. So let me explain the steeplechase for those that don't understand it, okay? Has anyone ever seen the Robin Williams stand-up where he talks about golf? If you've seen that, then you would understand what I'm about to explain to you. Not only did we think running 7 laps was hard enough, but people decided to put giant wooden barriers out throughout the track, and in one of the wooden barriers, there would be a water pit on the other side. Okay, so I think people were drinking when they designed the race. There's a lot of history to it, but that's the race she chose to be part of, okay? She qualifies for outdoor ECACs. During this race, she falls, and this is her words, not mine. She falls 4 of 7 times on the water jump and said, "You should have kicked me off the team then." Okay? For the steeplechase, to compete in this event, you need endurance, athletic ability, and most importantly, guts. Some would say you have to be a bit crazy, but we'll call that toughness. Okay? On one of the water jumps, she fell into the water pit and was completely submerged. Like, I don't know where she was. I couldn't see her. I didn't know what happened. And then she comes crawling out and starts running again. Okay, luckily for us, we did not kick her off the team, and she did not quit. Alicia continued to balance field hockey and track. She would earn honors in both and had a strong career going. But after her junior year, she made the decision to commit to cross country and go all in on running. This decision would change everything. She would help the women win the first NJAC cross-country championship in school history by placing 3rd individually. The team would earn the highest finish ever at regionals, and she qualified for cross-country nationals. Senior year of track is when she reached another level. She earned NCAA All-American honors in the steeplechase by placing 6th at nationals, a long way from the freshman who fell 4 times during the race. She helped the women win the first ever NJAC outdoor track and field title by being the NJAC Outstanding Track Athlete, winning both the steeple and the 5K at the conference championships. And all these accomplishments are amazing, and this alone would set you up for a Hall of Fame career. But the magic really happened when she returned for an extra semester in her senior year for cross country. This would truly define who she is as a person. We went to regionals. She gets third at regionals, which is our best finish we've ever had an athlete at the regional championship. It was a cold day in Houghton. There was snow on the ground, I believe, and she went out there and just ran tough, places third. Is our first time being a two-time qualifier for the women for cross-country nationals. We head out to Illinois for the national championship, and it's just an odd day. We start the day off, it's 65 degrees, beautiful, but there's a storm coming in. And the temperature just keeps dropping throughout the day. Eventually at race time was under 40 degrees. There were wind gusts coming in, and they're out in a giant open field. Alicia was ready for this championship, and she was primed for an All-American performance. That was what her goal was. Okay, in the race, she got out in great position, heading to the 1K mark. It's a 6,000-meter race. And a gust of wind comes in, and bodies fall. And unfortunately, she's at the bottom of that pile. There'll be pictures of her getting her All-American award with a black eye. People fell on her face, and she had a black eye running the rest of the race. She dropped to 45th place at the mile mark, which put her out of contention for All-American status. And then she went into fight mode. And she moved up. And it was a hilly course, and I don't know if you're familiar with South Jersey. I think most of you are aware we don't really have hills. It's tough when we go to other courses with hills, but it didn't matter. She found a way, and she would finish 27th overall and become our only cross-country All-American in school history. This moment and story defines who Alicia is as a person. There is no quit in her. No matter the obstacle, she will find a way to persevere. She's one of the toughest individuals I've ever coached. So in the Army, I was in the military for a while, and then they asked me to leave, but I was there for a bit. You would say, who do you want in your foxhole? Like, both of these women I wanted in my foxhole, but you wanted Alicia in your foxhole because you knew that she was going to go fight, okay? She taught me about commitment, staying true to your goals, being willing to stay in the fight, especially when you're challenged. It was an honor to be part of that experience. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Alicia Belko.
All right, thank you for that introduction. I do want to say, for anyone concerned about all the falling, I have actually dedicated part of my life now as a physical therapist to the prevention of falls. So clearly have a bit of experience firsthand with that. All jokes aside, though, I want to thank you all for being here today. Thank you to the athletics staff, supporters, friends, and family. Tonight and this honor would not be possible without all of you. I also want to congratulate the fellow inductees here. It is a true honor to get to be a part of this with you. We all have a story, and I really want to make mine short, so I'll focus on the characters that need to be thanked. To start, thank you to my family, who consistently dealt with how intense and hard on myself I was about both sports and school, and for coming to any games or track meets or cross-country meets that you could. To my dad, I appreciate all of the opportunities that you gave me and the silly decisions that might not have made sense in the moment. It was because of you that I ended up at Stockton, so I can't thank you enough for that. To my older sister, Jessica, thank you for always being an understanding ear and one of my biggest supporters. I can always count on you, and I can't thank you enough for that. I have to thank the coaching staff and Coach Resch specifically, because you took an athlete that had minimal experience running track, someone with no experience and absolutely no desire to run cross country, and someone who did not choose to do the steeplechase, and turned that person into the athlete that is getting inducted today. I do have to just tell a small story. I knew about my own falling experience. So on the first day of steeplechase practice, there's not a hurdle in that picture, but there's hurdles on the track, and Coach Resch was like, you have to jump over this, but don't worry, I'll put it on the ground. So it was probably 6 inches. And I looked at him dead in the face, and I was like, I'm not jumping over that. So he should have known then, but we kept going. But truthfully, you knew when to push the buttons, when to leave me alone, and when to listen to my concerns, or flat out ignore them if I was being a little crazy. I cannot thank you enough for helping shape my life and my athletic career, and it is an honor to get to look back on all of this together. A mentor of mine used to say, you're exactly where you're meant to be, exactly when you're supposed to be there. And I'm grateful that it brought me to Stockton and to the friends and teammates that I also have to thank. So to my friends, here and not here today, it's also often said that the friends you make in college are the friends you have for life. And truthfully, that could not be more true. I'm forever grateful that Stockton connected me with some of my greatest role models in peer form. You're people to celebrate with, grow with, and go through hard times and even hurricanes with. Thank you for answering my random texts at 6 a.m., even after we haven't talked for a while, and for always picking up the phone if I had a random crisis that day. The list could truly go on, but thank you for it all. I'll wrap it up here soon because public speaking is really not my thing, but I want to leave you all with this. It's said that a belief is a thought that you just keep thinking over and over again until it's hardwired into your brain. And the greatest belief that we can have is both the belief in ourselves and the belief in possibility. So thank you to both everyone mentioned and everyone not for helping all of us inducted today believe in ourselves to accomplish the things that we have. And I want to encourage all of you to keep expanding on what you believe is possible. Thank you.